Okay, guys, welcome to day 20 of the 100-day nutrition course, the big 2-0. What we're going to go into today is expected rates of fat loss. So, how much fat, not weight, can you lose? So, rates of fat loss will be determined by the weight of the individual and the size of the calorie deficit. That's pretty much as all these fancy ways of going about it. They're the things that it kind of boils down to. So, larger individuals with greater body fat can expect greater initial rates of fat loss. Using body weight makes the weight loss relative, so what somebody weighs in comparison to how much they've lost. So 100 kilos, or somebody weighs 60 kilos, if you lost 2% per week, your 100 kilo person would lose 2 kilos a week, so 2.4 pounds, or your 60 kilo person would have lost 1.2 kilos. So both are good, they're just more relative to the actual individual. So this just kind of shows you roughly what you would class each age range and gender as kind of very lean, average, overweight, and obese as a body fat percentage. So as you can see, as you get older, your percentage is higher to be classed as very lean. So say for a man to be very lean, they'd be like sub 13%, but when they're 50 to 60, whereas when they're 20 to 30, it'd be sub 9. For a woman, that would be 17 or 21 when they're older. For kind of normal people, you kind of average overweight stuff or ranges. Um, you're looking at when you're kind of 20 to 30s, 17 to 19% would be classed as overweight for men, 24 to 27 for women, because you naturally hold more fat than men. 30 to 40 would be 18 to 22, or it'd be 26 to 29. So you can see kind of the ranges of those and where kind of you'd be classed as in each of them. You can obviously go on the Evolve machine to sort of see where we're at when we get back to the gym. So your desired rates of fat loss. So if you are obese, so going back to here, if you're in these kind of ranges, then your monthly decrease in body weight, you'd be looking at kind of 4 to 6%. So it's usually kind of a weekly loss of 2 to 3 pounds. If you're kind of moderately overweight, then that'd be 3 to 4%, so 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. Average would be 2 to 3%, so 1 to 1.5. Lean, you're only looking at kind of half a pound to a pound a week. And very lean, you're lucky to be losing much weight at all. But it's all relative to the weight of the individual. Gender makes a difference as well. So for a 70 kilo person who is 154 pounds, 12 stone 10 pounds, whichever way you want to look at it, moderately overweight, they'd be looking at about 3 to 4% loss. So 4.5 to 6 pounds a month. So you're looking at 1 to 1.5 pounds a week for somebody in that kind of weight range. So the size of the deficit makes a big difference to kind of how much weight we lose. So a large deficit, so phasic dieting, or a small deficit, just more of a behaviour change. There are many routes to the same destination, just some are quicker. So this kind of shows you what the difference would be with that. So if you're looking at a large deficit in a more kind of phasic dieting, you class it as like a harder diet, so it's a bit of a dangerous terrain, may take more out of you. There's an increased risk of a flat tire, so binging or taking on damage. So psychologically, the diet's tough; it's hard to stick to. Or you've got a small deficit, it's more like a behaviour change setup. So it takes longer. It may allow you to enjoy the journey more, but some of you may get bored. So the are we there yet kind of scenario when we're driving. It's the same with a diet. So the pros and cons and who are they for? So your smaller deficit, so it's less restrictive. You get to eat a bit more food when you're doing that. There's less side effects, so your mood's better, your energy's higher, you're less hungry. So you're kind of more likely to stick to that. The cons takes longer to do it. It's easy to accidentally tightrope, and it may demotivate some clients. Some moderation isn't sexy. So like you're more, for some people, depending on what you're motivated by, because you're not seeing these results, you know what it's like. Everyone wants to lose weight in a day. Like this sort of approach might put people off at different times of their kind of motivation levels. And then who's it for? So those are the longer time to diet, individuals looking for behavior changes, which we do a lot of work on. And individuals who might have high life stress and so can only commit a smaller reserve of mental capacity to a diet. It still takes commitment, 100%, but it's just less so than the larger deficits. You kind of 30% deficit when dieting. Um, so for this one, it decreases the duration of the diet, so you'll get to the way you want to be a bit quicker. You can match motivation with level of suffering. So if you're more motivated, you tend not to mind suffering as much. Early results may lead to an early buy-in, so you'll see those changes quite quickly, and you've kind of committed to the process. This is why these cookie cutter diets work, where people eat chicken and broccoli. Like, yeah, you get results, so you stay motivated by it, but it's pretty miserable doing it. Psychologically appealing, knowing that it's going to be over quicker. I know I did a 30-day deficit thing a while back, which I kind of put into the group, where I was in quite a high deficit, but I didn't mind doing it because I knew it was only for 30 days, and I lost, I think it was about £13. So that worked well for me at that time. At other times, I just wouldn't be able to do that. Cons: you get less food, it's more restrictive. You The want to diet versus ability to diet is massive. So a lot of people think they want to do this one, but actually in reality they don't. They want the results of this one, but with the ease of this one. You've reduced gym performance. You're going to find it a lot harder to lift as heavy. Your motivation in the gym is going to be lower because you've got less calories, less energy. Made predisposed some to eat not disorders. I hear it quite a lot. People get given these stupid diets that are over strict, and it actually causes people to have issues with food in the future. Um, who's it for? Those are the higher percentage of body fat. So people just who need to get some weight off for health reasons. People who need early success for motivation. Those who like short yet tough diets. Those who do not have performance goals. So that's kind of who you would target with that. So you might land somewhere in the middle where you're at more of like a 20-ish% deficit, so that you're kind of getting a bit of both. You've got the benefits of this, the benefits of that, the negatives of this, negatives of that, and it kind of balances out. But it's all individual. So next lecture is expected rates of muscle gain. So it's a kind of different angle. So instead of looking at losing fat, it's how quickly could we realistically gain muscle. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. See you soon.